Hey, purposeful parents and elite educators. Welcome back to another video with your favorite educational consultant, Kimberly Deneen. I am so happy to bring another video to you with Education Noire, and this video is all about my first week living here in Abu Dhabi, which is in the United Arab Emirates, and it is the capital of the country. And I'm so excited to share with you my very first week here. So let's get into the video. And I will be using my notes because I don't remember everything that I did. It's been 2 weeks, but I'm just going to do a video on my very first week. So I am considered a new teacher here and in Abu Dhabi, and with our school that we affectionately call ASA, which stands for the American International School of Abu Dhabi. And this school is an international baccalaureate school, and I cannot tell you how happy I am to be working again with the International Baccalaureate Program, or we call it the IB program. So I used to work with the IB program when I taught in Richmond, Virginia, and I taught at a school that had the IB MYP program, which stands for the Middle Years Program, which is simply their way of saying or describing middle school. And so this school actually has the PYP program where I'm working now here in Abu Dhabi, and the PYP stands for Primary Years Program. They do not have the MYP program, although they are a K through 12 school. So they do not have the MYP program, but they have the DP program, which stands for the Diploma Program. And I'm just really excited to be working in the IB program again, because it's just, I think the focus is really truly on learning. And I think that's what I have been missing in some of the schools that I've been teaching at in the last 10 years or so. The focus is truly on learning versus grades or behavior, or it's just the focus is truly on learning. And learning, not learning just for learning, but also learning how to learn. So this program is truly near and dear to my heart. The focus is also on global perspectives and global education. So I'm just excited to be back in that field, in that arena. And I am an introvert, and most people don't believe me when I say that. But I'm an introvert, and I took the test like 5 or 6 times, and it always leaned more toward the introverted side. And generally speaking, we get to know ourselves more as we mature. And so I think I started noticing it more because I started really understanding myself more, I would say in my late 30s and in my 40s. But I truly understand it now. So I need that time after interaction. I really, really am tired when I get home, when I am interacting with people, talking with people, and I really need that downtime. I need that quiet time. And although I'm really excited and happy to be back in this program with the IB, there's a lot of team building that goes into it, and a lot of collaboration, and a lot of talking to your partners and talking to your groups, and a lot of group work. So needless to say, I was wiped out after this first week of living here in Abu Dhabi. So let's go through, we're gonna run through my week. So I arrived on Monday night. I think my plane landed around 8:30 p.m. Abu Dhabi time. And here we are actually 8 hours ahead of the US. So I got here at 8:30, and I saw the person who was picking me up and everything, and then eventually he got us. It was me and another member from my new teacher cohort. He got us to our apartment. First, he picked up our principal, he's the secondary principal, and he actually showed us to our apartment, gave us our money, because we got money in order to just get, necessary things that we needed. And I actually still have some of that money, and we're in week 2. We're going into week 3 now. So anyway, that was helpful. So my first night here, I didn't do much, just unpacked and got some rest. And then I was up early the next morning to head to Denny's, of all places. So we had a breakfast for the new teachers and the leadership at Denny's. And so after our breakfast, teachers who had gotten notice, because I didn't get notice because I couldn't access my new teacher email. So I didn't get notice that I was supposed to have a PCR test done, you all, before I arrived. I went to the site again and checked and made sure, and nothing on the UAE site said that I needed a PCR test. However, I needed it for the school, so whatever. I went and got my PCR test while all of the new teachers were doing like a scavenger hunt in Abu Dhabi Mall, and then they went shopping and everything for things for their home. And so I kind of missed out on that part of the schedule. So I needed to get my PCR test done, and it was negative, so I was good. Then we went back to school, and we heard from some of the leaders who handle our visas, our apartments, and then ADEC. ADEC is kind of like the school board, so to speak. I don't know how else to describe them, but they're like the school board here. They determine your license to teach and all that stuff. So we heard, we got information about all of those things. The visa process is very involved. It's a lot you have to do for the visa process. So I was thankful to, get that presentation so that I could understand it more. And so after that, we went home and I just cleaned. That's all I remember doing is cleaning my apartment, and I'm gonna give you an apartment tour in the next video, so stay tuned for that. So that's what I did when I got home. So that was day 1, which was Tuesday for me. And so the next day, day 2, we luckily have transportation to and from work. So I don't have to worry about transportation to get to work or from work. I just have to pay for transportation for personal needs, like, go into the mall, or if I want to go to a restaurant that's not nearby, those types of things. Luckily, I live in a building that has a grocery store at the ground level, so I can go there. It's convenience, right? So it's a little pricier than going to other grocery stores. There's a store here called Lulu's, which I think mirrors like Walmart, and then there's also Carrefour, which I think also is similar to like a super Walmart, and the food I think is much cheaper there. I haven't been to Lulu's yet. I have been partial to going to Abu Dhabi Mall, which is convenient. It's not too expensive. The cab ride equals to about $4 each way, so it's $8 to get there. And they have this store, it's called the Co-op in there, and in there they have food, they have electronics, they have housewares, they have everything in there. So I've been going there. I have not yet been to Lulu's, which is on my list of the next things to do, places I want to visit. And Carrefour. So anyway, So on day 2, we started off at school and we had a presentation about design thinking, which is a big part of the International Baccalaureate program, or the IB program. And in thinking about this whole process of design thinking, it really makes a lot of sense, because think about it. Our students now have so much information at their disposal. Education right now is no need to teach and reteach a whole lot of facts, because really, honestly, they can look up the facts on the internet. They can Google things. This hit me, I'll say right over the summer. This really struck a chord with me. I don't know if it came through my Fulbright coursework or not, but I was thinking, they have Google Translate now, so I can teach certain things, but how effective is that really going to be when they can simply use Google Translate for things? So I decided to focus more on literacy and things with my students last year, and that led me to selecting books. And I selected 3 books. So one was on Kobe Bryant, which the theme for that was perseverance. And then I had one called Les Chaussettes de Tito, so it just means Tito's socks. And for that one, the theme really was be yourself and accept yourself. And then the 3rd book was Un Voyage Difficile, which means a difficult trip. And that one the theme was really empathy, right? And understanding the plight of those who are living in developing countries. I don't like to say third world countries. I feel like that's degradatory. So I like to say developing countries. And so reading those books, and we read them in French, and I was able to really highlight vocabulary through the books, and I was able to also highlight grammar themes through the book. And I felt like the students got more value out of us doing those books versus me teaching them how to conjugate a verb, or showing them vocabulary slides, or it just really worked out better. So this whole thing with design thinking, standards-based learning, I was able to kind of pull those things together in the way that I set up my French classes this past year. And so I think for going forward, design thinking is going to be extremely important. And if you don't know what it entails, I am going to have a picture of it in this video, but I encourage you to look it up on Google and incorporate it in your classes, because again, our students can Google pretty much everything that they want to know now. And also, we as teachers are no longer necessarily the experts in the room, so to speak. We are, however, like I said, they can just look it up on Google. They can just Google it, and it's right at their fingertips. So our job really should be more of a facilitator. And, something that one of my colleagues said last year, his name is Dwayne Cozy. And he said, I'm not here for them, I'm here with them. And so working in that facilitation role, we are working with them to learn. We are working with them to level up their learning, right? So So I encourage you to, check that out. And so at this particular part of the PD, we had to create a boat as a group. We had to build the boat. We only got cardboard, we got duct tape, scissors, and that's all we could use. We could get as much cardboard as we wanted, and we only got 2 rolls of duct tape. So if we ran out of the duct tape, we had to do a cheer in order to get more. So I was like, okay, so the easiest cheer is that 2, 4, 6, 8 cheer. So I was like, okay, this is our cheer. 2, 4, 6, 8. We need more tape. So anyway, we did that. Our boat did not make it across because your boat had to carry a person in it, one person in it, and it had to make it across the pool. We have a pool at our school. And our boat didn't even make it across. Okay, our boat was too buoyant. It couldn't even. She just kept falling out of the boat. She tried though. She tried. So anyway, you'll see pictures of that in a second. And then we also had a barbecue lunch, and they had veggie burgers for me. I was so happy about that. And after our lunch, we met our secondary leadership team, and then they took us to IKEA. They bused us to IKEA. We were supposed to be able to go to IKEA, Yas Mall, and a couple of other places on Yas Island. However, you know how IKEA is. They take you up and you walk all around, and I could probably count on my hands how many times I've been to IKEA. So I don't really truly know how to shop IKEA. But anyway, I got these pillows came from IKEA. And I got some other things that I needed from IKEA, like pens and tongs and stuff like that. So anyway, they took us to IKEA. I spent all my time in IKEA. I didn't make it to Yas Mall, so I'm gonna have to do that again. Go back, not again, but I'll have to, do that on my own. Okay, so then we went home, and me and one of my cohort teachers, new teachers, we went back to Abu Dhabi Mall together to get a second phone because we both thought that we'd be okay with having a phone with Google Fi. But they do everything with your Abu Dhabi number here. Like your UAE number they use it for everything. And they can also contact you for deliveries, for everything. Like for instance, when I got one of my boxes, I shipped 5 boxes, y'all. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, when one of my boxes arrived to the post office here, I got a message on my Abu Dhabi number. So you need it for everything. And some, like for instance, even in IKEA, I tried to purchase an item to have it delivered here, but I didn't have my Abu Dhabi number yet. So they was like, no, we can't do it. I was like, dang, okay. So you gotta get a number, a local number when you get here. So we went and I was able to get my phone, but she didn't have her passport on her, so she couldn't get her phone. And so anyway, she was a little hangry, but that's okay. We ended up going to eat at PF Chang's after that. So I'm gonna stop and just show you a couple of pictures, and I'll be back. So that was day one and day two for me. And so now day 3, remember that I need to check my notes because I don't remember all the stuff we did so much stuff. So anyway, so day 3, we really dug into standards-based learning. And that really struck a chord with me because, you know, I just finished my literacy specialist certification, and that was a big part of our focus is the standards. And how we coach people, we start with the standards. So I was like, this is great. I'm glad I'm hearing about this because it's research-based, it's evidence-based practice to focus on the standards and then build your learning targets around your standards and then build your success criteria around your learning target. So that was a good session. And then after we did that, we heard from a student on Emirati culture, and that was so informative. She was so sweet. We went later, I think, was that the same day? Either way, so she during her presentation, she had figs for us, which is a big, specialty here. I don't know if they were roasted or not, but those things were so good. And then she had this type of drink for us that I think might have had coffee in it, but I'm not really sure. So I sampled each of those, and then she had something else that was cut like a triangle, and it had like something in it. I know it was safe for me to eat because I asked if it had meat in it. It didn't have meat in it. So that was really good. I can't remember what that was called. And I thought that was really nice of her to bring all those things for us to try, just to get a taste of, where we are living. So then she did her presentation and she talked a lot about the culture, their dress, their celebrations. Sheikh Zayed, who was the founding president, and just how open they are about celebrating the different cultural holidays and festivals. And then she asked for us to be open about celebrating theirs as well. She was very good. And she also gave us the head coverings, the scarves. Every female teacher, when we went to the Grand Mosque, she gave those to us. So I thought that was really nice. So anyway, after her presentation, we talked about standards-based learning assessment and curriculum. And that was really, really good. And they compared a standards-based rubric to a regular rubric. And a lot of it really was just like little words. And with what they showed us, what I learned from that was that the standards-based rubrics were very specific. And sometimes rubrics were like almost, or like those words, the vague words that leave ambiguity. So that was a good session. And then we had time to work in our classrooms. And I literally have 2 because my first month I'll be teaching French because the French teacher is out on maternity leave. And then I also have an office for student learning support, which they say different things here. I hear it called learning support. I hear it called student support services. And I also hear it called student services. But what it all boils down to is this department helps students who are having learning challenges. So it would be equivalent to special education in the U.S. Okay, and so on day 3, we went to the Grand Mosque, and it's also called Sheikh Zayed Mosque. And you guys, I'm getting ready to show you pictures, but the pictures do not do it justice. And the funny thing is this: I watched a video. Oh, I wish I knew her name. She does her videos about beauty, and she is also Muslim. She came here and she went to the Grand Mosque, and I saw it in the video, but it still does not do it justice for when you see it in person. Like the pictures, to see it in person there's nothing that can capture it. So, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna still put the pictures up for this video, but you gotta see it in person. It's breathtaking. It's stunning. It's awesome. I was in awe. Like when I was coming in from the airport and we drove past it, me and my new teacher cohort member were just in shock. We were just like, oh my God, because it was just so grand. I mean, it's the Grand Mosque, but it's just, you gotta see it in person. You just gotta come. So anyway, so that was day 3, and I needed to dress fully covered. I had to cover all the way to past my ankle and cover my head. So you'll see that as well. And just out of respect. And I don't know if you all are aware, but the president did pass away over the summer, I want to say, like early summer. And so he is, his tomb is there. And his tomb, we saw it. We couldn't take pictures of that, of course. Just wouldn't be respectful. But anyway, his tomb, it's huge. Like, it's like a mini mansion. And so the Quran is read 24 hours a day, every day, in his tomb. It's huge. It's beautiful. And you just gotta come see it. So anyway, here are some of the images that I saw at the Grand Mosque. Check these out and I'll be back. Okay, thank you for continuing to hang in there with me through this video about my first week here. Okay, I'll be back. I'm back. Yes, I actually have a doorbell for my apartment, and you all will get to see the full tour really soon. I'm hoping to do that video today, so you'll see me again. I'm gonna have on my same Virginia Union HBCU shirt. Anyway, I think I was going into day 4. So day 4 started off with another group challenge, and this one was the helium sticks challenge. So we had these things that looked like curtain rods, and our job was to take them and lower them all the way to the floor without releasing them from our finger. Okay, so it was hard because people weren't moving together. It was very interesting, right? And we had to figure out the best method. And we figured out the best method was really to let one person lead and follow along. And that was a pretty good lesson, I guess, as far as working in a group. These are things that I realized that I can do with my students. And that's the type of stuff that they want to see in our classrooms, which is why they did that with us during New Teacher Week. So after that, we discussed a lot of policy. Oh my gosh, y'all. I was fighting to stay awake. I was still jet lagged, and I got through it though. But I was tired. All right, so after that, some people went to a haunted escape room. I've been trying to get to an escape room for a few years now. I even bought a Groupon for my son for his birthday, for him and his girlfriend to go to an escape room. But anyway, I still have yet to do it. So hopefully I'll get a chance to do it. Because I arrived Monday night, I still needed to go and get my medical exam done. This is part of the visa process. You have to have your medical exam done, and they take blood, and they what else do they do? They check your skin to make sure you don't have any any skin conditions. I don't know if it's tuberculosis. I don't know what they're looking for. But anyway, I had to lift up my shirt and make sure that there was nothing there. They check you. And then they take blood, and what they're really looking for is hepatitis A and HIV. So anyway, after all of that stuff, we came back to school. We had an opportunity to work in our classrooms again, and then we went doom bashing. You guys, doom bashing was intense. It was fun. It was intense. It was an adrenaline rush. It was like being at the amusement park without the rides, right? But we were in a SUV, and you're gonna see video and pictures of that day. So after the doom bashing, they took us to a certain part of the sand dunes, and we did photos, and then they took us to a camel farm where you could ride, you couldn't ride the camels at the camel farm, but we just looked at the camels. And then excuse me. And then one of the, I guess I'm still dealing with it, y'all. A little bit of jet lag, but and then they took us to an area where there was going to be entertainment and food and all that stuff. The whole thing is called a desert safari, and so you can do doom bashing. So when we got to this other area where we could eat and there's entertainment, some people were actually doing riding the camels there. They were sand tubing. I don't know what else to call it. I didn't do any of those. I rode a camel in Egypt, so I didn't feel the need to do that again. And I wasn't I wasn't in the mood for the sand tubing, but I did. We did ride the ATVs, which was a lot of fun. We rode the ATVs, and then of course we had our food and drinks and entertainment with the belly dancing and the tandoor, I think it's called, Egyptian dancing. So you're gonna see video of that, and I'll be back. You're gonna see pictures and video. Hey everyone, I am back, and I just wanted to let you all know that I am about to go dune bashing, which is a thing here in the UAE. So I'm with my cohort of new teachers and a few returning teachers. Oh shoot, he want us all in the middle. Okay, wait a minute, I will check back in later. All right, y'all getting the uncut version of this dual bashing. It's quite intense up in here, y'all. Okay, woo. All right, look at this. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Off track. We off track. Okay. We're off track. Okay.
This is Radio 1 Drive.
Okay. Can y'all see this? All right, wait a minute. Let me zoom in. Okay.
Radio 1 traffic.
Oh.
Currently in Dubai, their accident is right now.
Okay. Okay. All right. This is more intense than a roller coaster because somebody else is like literally driving us, and there's through all this sand. Yes, there's no path. There's no rails. There's nothing. And it's intense. Woohoo!
Let's have that section in finish. All right. If I missed anything, please text me 3661. That's 3661.
Okay. All right. I know it's bumpy, y'all. I know it's bumpy, but I want y'all to get a little bit of what we see here. Oh my God. Woo.
It is a gateway to the best British education.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can get y'all to see the other SUVs. Okay, hold on, here they go. So y'all can see them. We're back on track. Okay. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
With exciting wow deals, shopping fun, and amazing surprises.
Okay.
Enjoy an irresistible game.
It's kind of hard to record, y'all. All right. All right, and prayerfully y'all see me soon. So we took a break from the noon bashing, but I want to show y'all the views. I don't know exactly where we are, but you all know that I live in Abu Dhabi now, and this is the opening week for new teachers. So let me just show you what I see. We drove through all of that, all of those hills. Look at that. And you guys, this sand is so hot on my feet. And yes, I have on sandals. So anyway, we have a great driver. I don't know how they must have to train to drive, drive like this in the sand in these SUVs. Let me show you. This is the vehicle right here. Ouch. They're Land Cruisers. Anyway, this is my cohort. Everybody's taking a picture break right now. So I'm going to try to get some good shots for y'all. I'll check back in.
In the UAE desert.
Okay, so the last day of the week, day 5, which was Saturday. So Saturday, I don't think I have. Okay. So apparently they have these things that they call marigolds. Well, not things, but people. And the marigold is kind of like your mentor who helps you along or whatever. And I don't have one. However, I had been talking to one of the teachers that worked here since I knew I was even gonna be interviewed for the position. Her name is Precious, and so I told her she's not my marigold, but I told her she gonna be my marigold because she already been my marigold, so I don't care. She's my marigold, and I got another one. I got a couple of them. Okay, I got more than one marigold, even though I didn't officially get a marigold. So, and the reason why they say, I can't remember. There's a reason behind why they call it a marigold. I have to check into that again, and I'll get back to y'all because I forgot. They told me, but I forgot. But anyway, day 5, I went to the man left, and look at these towels. Anyway, all right, I'll just have to tell them when they come back. So anyway, so day 5, I went to 2 different home stores. One is called Home Box and one is called Home Center. And they have like better pricing than IKEA. It's cheaper. Nice quality things, but it costs less. And so I guess you can think of it like I was gonna say Home Goods or Home Sense, but it's way more stuff in there and way more furniture. So I don't know what to compare it to in the US. However, I went there with Precious, my marigold, and another returning teacher. And y'all, I got so much stuff for this apartment because I know I'm here for at least 2 years. However, I wanted to feel like home. So, baby, when I tell you that the van taxi was full, the woman was like, I cannot see out the back. I can't see out the back. With so many bags. But anyway, we got things that we needed. We got things that we wanted. They didn't need as much as me because they've already been here for years. So their apartment is pretty much like they wanted to, except for Precious did move from one apartment building to another apartment building. So she probably needed more things than the other teacher did, but I needed the most. So I had the most bags, y'all. Anyway, so that's what we did in the morning. It took us a long time to go between the 2 stores. And so we came back to our apartments. We unloaded and set up everything, did what we did, relaxed for a few. And then we decided we were going to go to dinner together. And I'm calling them my tribe because they match my vibe. So they are my tribe. And so anyway, we went to a restaurant called Trader Vic's, which is on Rotana Beach, I think they said it's called. And then we walked around a bit and we really enjoyed the food and everything. And then after we left there, we came back here and we hung out in one of our tribe members' apartment and we had fun. I left them at about 12:30. And they were not looking like they were going anywhere. So I don't know what time they left her house that night. But anyway, here is some video footage from that experience and pictures. Hey everyone, I am here at Rotunda Beach. I think I found my tribe, y'all. I found some other ladies of color who teach at my school, and we just finished eating at Trader Vic's, and we're now walking the Rotunda Beach. So I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like. So I think this is one of the man-made beaches, and we're not really sure if people actually swim in it, but there is sand and there are beach chairs, so I guess people sunbathe, but I don't know if people actually swim in it during the day. So I will check in with you all later. So thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, hanging in with me, just checking in on me to see how my first week in living in Abu Dhabi has been. And I just want to say to you that this is a place for you to come and level up your practice for student growth and achievement with Education Noire and your favorite educational consultant. I'm Kimberly Deneen, and I will see you in the next video.